Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is the first video that you're watching here. Thank you so much for coming to check out my channel. My name is Britt and I love helping busy moms create a healthy and organized home. And it's a new year, it's January. What better way to start this year off than with less stress and a plan for tackling all those deep cleaning and organizing jobs. 2020 was a tough one. I think we can all admit that. And I think we can all use a little less stress in our life. I know I can for sure. So I have a deep cleaning schedule for the home that you can check out. I will put the link to it down below. It is on my blog. You can go print it out for free and follow along with me. In the schedule, I laid out lots of different deep cleaning and organizing jobs around the home so that you are doing all those things, creating a nice, clean, organized home for your family, getting rid of some clutter, creating more clear space. Because like I said in one of my previous videos, when your house is more cleared of clutter, then for me anyways, it really helps to clear my mind. I'm able to concentrate and focus more when there's not clutter and dirt and all kinds of things everywhere. So I took all these jobs that I believe are important to do every year to maintain a clean and orderly home, and I divided them into the 12 months. Because I know a lot of people do spring cleaning. I, for one, am not a fan of spring cleaning. I've been there, done that, and it created a lot more stress during those months because you're trying to tackle all those things and deep clean the whole entire house and get rid of clutter, get everything organized in just a few short months, and that is pretty much impossible. So it's January and it is the perfect time to jump in that schedule with me. Of course, you can start following along on the schedule anytime you want, but January is a great place to begin. When I deep clean my home, I like to go from top to bottom. So January, I'm starting with dusting the ceilings. I'm dusting some things like on the walls, and later on we'll be getting to the floor. We're not doing any organizing this month. So this month is all about doing some of those deep cleaning jobs in every room of the home. And later on in the year, we'll get to organizing those rooms. So we're doing the deep cleaning stuff, getting that stuff out of the way so that when we get to those rooms, each individual room later on during the year, we won't have to worry about the deep cleaning part anymore. We're just gonna be focusing on the actual organization, which is my favorite part. Let me know in the comments, which one would you prefer to do if you had a choice, if you had to do one of them? Would you rather clean or organize a room? I know some of you are probably saying like, I'd rather do neither. If you had to choose, which one would you choose? So like I said, we're starting with the tops. So in this video today, I'm showing you how I go about doing the deep cleaning jobs that are on my schedule for January. And so watch, hopefully get some motivation and go off and do the same thing in your own home. And let me know in the comments below if you do go and do these things in your home, do these little deep cleaning jobs to start the year off having a more clean and orderly home. Maybe that's some of your resolutions this year, is to do a better job of staying on top of those jobs throughout the year and maintaining a more clean and orderly home. Because I don't know anyone that wants to live in a dirty home. You may not like to organize, you may not like to clean, but you probably don't like to live in a dirty, messy home. But I believe part of showing love to my family is when I do take care of the home and provide, a clean home for them to live in. Does it always stay picked up and clean? No. But these deep cleaning jobs that we're doing are not jobs that have to be done like several times throughout the year. These are things I do once a year. And then weekly, I do other like smaller cleaning jobs to maintain a clean home. And then of course my kids make a mess all the time with their toys and things, but they have chores to do, and one of their chores is to pick up after themselves. You can watch my kids' bedroom organization video where we go through and we organize all their toys and clothes and things. And I've taught my kids where things go and how to fold their clothes and how to hang up their shirts and things like that, so that when, they make a mess and they get all their toys out, they know exactly where they're supposed to go when they're done. So, throughout the year we are doing, maintenance, we're cleaning up after ourselves, we're spot cleaning different things, even if we already did clean up earlier. But these jobs that I have set aside for each month are those deep cleaning jobs that hopefully we'll only have to, fully do once during the year. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, show YouTube that you like it so they can keep putting it out there, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell button so that you get notifications and you stay up to date on all my latest videos. I'm doing my best to come out with 2 videos a week. Some will be like this with cleaning, some will be more organization focused, some will be recipes and healthy living tips, all kinds of things to help you create a healthy and organized home and life. So in today's video for January's cleaning jobs, we are starting by dusting the ceiling, and then we're going to be cleaning the vents in the walls and on the floors, and we're changing the air filters. And this is something we do a few times during the year. So we're starting off the year doing it for the first time in January. And then we're cleaning some things on the wall. So like the thermostat, I'll dust off, clean off. And then the switch plates and the outlets, all those extra things on the walls. And then lastly, I'm gonna clean the ceiling fans and the light fixtures that are on the ceiling fans. So come along with me, watch and see how I do it, get some motivation, learn some tips, and go off and do the same thing in your own home. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the video.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen to the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer, but when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border, but when we're floating up like helium.
Okay guys, so the first thing that I'm doing is cleaning the switch plates and the outlets. And so to do that, I'm using a microfiber cloth and my all-purpose cleaner. If you guys have watched my cleaning videos, you probably know that I use a lot of Dr. Bronner's pure cast iron soap, and I love it. It's non-toxic, and you dilute it and can use it for all sorts of cleaning. However, I'm trying a new cleaner now, and this is Branch Basics, which I've talked about a little bit before. I got the starter kit for Christmas from my sister, and yes, it is something that I actually wanted for Christmas. I did ask for it. I like it a lot because it is a concentrate very similar to Dr. Bronner's. It is completely clean and safe and non-toxic. And from the little bit that I've used it so far, I can tell that it's really effective. It works really well. And the starter kit comes with 5 different refillable bottles. So it comes with one for all-purpose cleaner, one for bathroom cleaner, one for foaming hand wash, one for laundry detergent, and one that is streak-free for cleaning windows and mirrors. And so you get the concentrate, and then there are directions on each refillable bottle to where you fill it up with water and then where you fill it up the rest of the way with the concentrate. So it makes things so much easier whenever you run out. You don't have to go to the store and buy a new one or order a new one. You can just refill with water in the concentrate. Most cleaners, like the main ingredient is water anyways. So this is so much more eco-friendly. You're not having to get more, plastic containers where the main ingredient is water every time you run out of your all-purpose cleaner. You're just refilling with water that you have at home and some of the concentrate. And this bottle of concentrate, we'll see how long it lasts, but it should last a while. It says on the Branch Basics website that the bottle of concentrate is able to make 3 bottles of all-purpose cleaner, 3 bathroom bottles, 3 streak-free bottles, 3 foaming washes, and 64 loads of laundry. So that bottle of concentrate will last a while. And once you have all those refillable bottles, Of course, you don't have to get that whole starter kit again. You can just buy another bottle of concentrate. Anyways, so all I'm doing is spraying some of that all-purpose cleaner onto the microfiber cloth and then wiping down the outlet or the switch plate instead of spraying the cleaner directly on those things. Since those are electrical, I want to make sure that, I'm not getting water in the outlet and starting a fire or anything. And then with the vents on the floor, I am, taking out that metal part and spraying it with the cleaner and wiping it good, taking my microfiber cloth and going in, each of those cracks and getting all the dust and dirt and everything off of it. And then I'm also using the vacuum hose attachment and cleaning down in the vent as far as I can. And that's definitely important to do. These vents on the floor, can catch a lot of dirt, dust, whatever, you bring into your home on your shoes. And there definitely was a lot of sand in our vents. We have a lot of sand around us. We live in the sand hills of North Carolina. And so a lot of sand comes into our house from, our shoes and our dog. And so there was a lot of sand and things in the vent. So that air, is blowing out into your home. So you want to make sure that it is clean down there. These are easy jobs that maybe you can get your little ones involved with. My oldest son did help with the vacuuming in the vents. I didn't even have to ask him to do it. He was just really interested in what I was doing and wanted to try it too. So that was helpful. So I went through the whole house room by room and cleaned all those switch plates and outlets and the vents on the floor. Now it's the next day. I'm going back through each room and I'm using my broom and I'm dusting the ceiling. Yes, the ceiling. It can collect dust, especially in those corners. And so I use my broom. If you have like a feather duster with a long handle, you could use that. I don't have one, so I use my broom and I make sure to get out any, gunk, hair, dirt, whatever out of the broom first. And then I just go through and sweep just like I would the floor. Thankfully, there's not a whole lot on the ceiling, just a little bit of dust and cobweb buildup, especially this time because I did not follow my own cleaning schedule at the beginning of this year. If you've seen my other videos, you've probably heard by now that I did have a lot of fatigue. I came to find out that I had hormonal imbalance that was causing it. And so at the beginning of the year, I did not do any deep cleaning. It was all I could do to just maintain the regular weekly cleaning that I do. So I started back on my deep cleaning schedule in September. And when I went through those rooms, like the foyer and the linen closet and the mudroom and my bedroom and my kids' bedrooms, I did do a little bit extra more than I normally do when I organize those rooms. I did add in the deep cleaning jobs that I normally do at the beginning of the year. So now I'm going back and doing some of those things again. And then while I was in each room, after I dusted the ceiling, I cleaned the ceiling fan. And I did that basically the same way I cleaned the vents. I cleaned that middle light fixture part with my microfiber cloth. I just sprayed some of the Branch Basics all-purpose cleaner onto my cloth and then wiped down the globe and inside as much as I could reach and, the metal part on top. And then for the wooden blades, I did spray the cleaner onto them and wipe them down on the top first and then the sides, which were, a lot of them were really dusty, and then the bottom part. And Branch Basics is very gentle, so it didn't cause any problem on these wooden fan blades. It's not a harsh cleaner with, lots of harsh chemicals. It is very safe for you and also safe for the furniture or whatever you use it on. But if you're worried about your cleaner that you use, if it's going to harm whatever you're using it on, like hardwood floors or your wood ceiling fans or whatever, definitely test a small area that is, not really visible. Test it first and make sure that it doesn't cause any damage before you use it on the rest. For the fan in the family room, you'll see in a little bit that I had to have help. We have vaulted ceiling in our family room, and so our ceiling fan is really high, and I cannot reach it by standing on a chair like I did for the rest of these. So I used a stool, but it still wasn't as high as it needed to be. But I stood on the stool, which I don't recommend doing if you can help it. And I definitely would not have done this if my husband was not there. So I had him, holding the stool and spotting me just in case, I were to fall. But I did my best and reached as much of the fan as I could. I definitely could not do like the top of it. And then I cleaned the vents that are on the ceiling, the air return, and I changed the air filters. So this was probably the messiest part of this month's cleaning. Like I said, I did not do my January cleaning last year, and so these vents did not get cleaned, and I just didn't clean them at all throughout the year. So this was a messy job. I took off the metal grate and I took it to the laundry room and cleaned it out in the big sink in the laundry room. I thought that was the easiest place to do this since it would be dropping a lot of dust. I used this little scrubber I got from Grove Collaborative. I'll put a link to it down below. But I used this to, get as much of the dust off as I could first while the scrubber was dry so that, the dust wouldn't stick to it too badly. And then I sprayed it with my Branch Basics cleaner. And then I scrubbed it some more after I cut the dust out of that little scrubber, as much of it as I could. I scrubbed it again with the cleaner on and then, rinsed it off with water. And then if it needed to be scrubbed more and have more cleaner, I continued to do that until it was clean. And then I used a rag and dried it off. But yeah, I would definitely recommend cleaning these vents at least once a year so they don't build up tons and tons of dust and get as dirty as mine were this time. And then we changed the air filters and put this great thing back on the ceiling. And cleaning the air filters is definitely important to do to help keep your air quality in your home nice and clean. And so I recommend changing your air filters in your home 4 times a year. And we do not use like the highest quality air filters that are, super thick and trap the most amount of dust and allergens. Just because we learned that when you do that, it takes a lot more energy to pull the air through the air filter, and your air conditioning system has to work harder to pull the air through. And so we learned that it's better to use a little bit lower of a quality that's not so thick and just replace it more often to make sure that you're getting rid of that dust and those allergens and keeping your air nice and fresh. All right, guys, well, that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.